Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Sim Racing Paddock and looking for a way to cure the morning blues? Well, I decided to try something a little different and we are doing a live review of RaceRoom Racing Experience. Let's get the audio back up. There we go. Okay, so this idea just popped in my head when I woke up this morning. I am still working on my review of iRacing, but I wanted to just have a bit of fun, do a review that I've been wanting to do for a while, and why not RaceRoom? RaceRoom, I feel, is usually underrepresented in the sim racing community, and it's a great title, but at the same time, I think the business model for it is slightly flawed. So let's get behind the wheel of some cars and take them for a spin, talk, share my thoughts, and let you know what I think. So we'll just do open practice session with some cars. Let's go with open wheel to start off. So one thing that's interesting that Sector 3 Studios has recently put in is the open wheel cars. So in the beginning of RaceRoom, it was exclusively closed wheel racing. So we saw disciplines such as DTM, GT racing, some prototypes, but recently Sector 3 has knocked it out of the park. And hey, Jay, how's it going, man? For those of you who don't know, Jay used to work for Simbin and also, I believe, Sector 3. So it's cool to see you in here. Thanks for watching, at least for a little bit. So one of the things I also like about RaceRoom is it actually has the modern Delar DW12. I don't think it's the modern year. I believe it's based off the 2015 or 16 model, but it is a lot better looking than the offerings from R Factor 2 and from iRacing, because they had the more winglets. Some people might not like them, but at least it serves for authenticity. Wait, is you not going through your right ear? Hold on, let me check something. Okay, so slight technical difficulty. I just had to update my driver on my I just updated the driver on my Focusrite audio box, so that could be why it is acting up. So slight technical difficulty. Let me fix that real quick. Apologize about that. Hey Lumos, how's it going, man? You're just in time to watch the start. So Focusrite Scarlet.
I apologize for the crap audio. For a minute, I am just working off my Logitech webcam right now. Let's see how to resolve this. Hold on, you might hear a pop. I apologize, guys. Okay, that's working.
Okay, where the heck is the Focusrite settings? That's what I need to find. Focusrite. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm sorry, I totally missed this. Okay, so... Oh, here we go. Check, is it coming in both ears? Is it coming in both ears now? I have adjusted the settings. Hopefully it is coming in both ears. But okay, so I'm waiting on some positive confirmation from you guys on if it is sounding better now. Okay, yay, we fixed it. Okay, so as mentioned, I love the fact that RaceRoom has the modern Dallara DW12, even though a lot of people don't like the winglet style, and I'm glad myself that they're going to the new car next year. And so with this, I like these. And what's sort of funny though is they actually use names of people in the sim racing community. So Steinar Platson, he's actually one of my friends on Facebook, and chat with him a little while. And then also Bernard Villers, American. For those of you who don't know, Bernie Villers is the founder and head of Sim Experience. So if you ever wanted to drive as the founder of Sim Experience, you have the opportunity in RaceRoom. So let's take this. And around my home track, for those of you who don't know, I live about 20 minutes from Sonoma Raceway, one of my favorite tracks. 95 AI is a little too strong for me. I usually go for around 88 or so. And then time of day setting. You don't really have the finesse of actually being able to set a specific time of day. You have a few presets. You have sunrise, morning, noon, afternoon, and sunset. They work pretty well. So let's go sunrise, show off some of the lighting effects. Realistic, forgiving visual damage. You can turn on or off mechanical damage. Unlike other titles, you don't really have a percentage mechanical damage option. Tire wear, fuel use, you can set them on or to multipliers, which is nice. So for the sake of reviewing, I know I might get bumped by AI, so let's just turn off mechanical damage for now. So let's go to the track. And also, just disclaimer, I am using the Fanatec Clubsport wheel version 2.5 with the CSL Elite PS4 rim. I really like the paddle shifters on this rim. Reminds me of magnetic paddle shifters. And I'm using the Husingfeld pedals with the Clubsport shifter sequential, except since we are using the Dallara DW12, we're just going to be using the paddle shifters. Also, this is in my new build using the water-cooled i7 7700K. I am right now getting my research for my Intel versus AMD video, so that should be an exciting video to pull up, and that will be great. So, let's get behind the wheel of the car. Freezing LED, I turned off fan LED, so it's working fine for me. So, I had some issues with fan LEDs causing some weird things with my display, but I know they recently released an update. I'm just a little bit lazy. I haven't updated it yet. So I know I have been having an issue with the LED on this specific rim. So I turned it off for now, and it's working well. So one thing interesting worth noting is unless you have the assist turned on, your car is actually going to start off. So press the gas, nothing. That's a nice touch I like. So you have to map the ignition and starter, which I have mapped. Yep, that is good sound. I received an email from the SLI Max guys, so I might talk to them. So let's get behind and start. There we go. RaceRoom, by far, best sounds in sim racing. I'm just going out saying that. The sounds are amazing. The amount of immersion, the amount of depth, you can hear the popping in the exhaust through your ears. It's just staggering what they've been able to pull out of the ISI motor and their sound engine. And also, this is subjective, but I think that R3E looks incredible as well. It has that color balance that makes me think of real life, watching it on the TV. So that is a great touch as well. Oh, out of track limits. I guess I went a little wide there. But yeah, it's just the sound and like the audio and visual really throws you into the immersion factor. Jeez, I'm running at 88% and they are catching me. Come on. Get your act together, Will. Oh, that backfire. Just sounds... It sounds delightful. And just even the force feedback feel of the car, it is pretty darn good. In the past few years, Sector 3 has really stepped up their game in terms of force feedback. Out of the box, RaceRoom used to feel like garbage, in my opinion. And then once they really started dialing things together, it started feeling a lot better. You got a much better feel of the road through the wheel. And before, it felt kind of boaty. It felt sort of like what I would think that like Need for Speed Shift. It sort of felt similar to that. I know that doesn't sound good, but it felt similar to that. And it sort of... Oh, crud. Whoops. Yeah, this car is a handful. But yeah, so the feel of the car felt kind of similar to Need for Speed Shift, in my opinion, where the front of the car always felt kind of understeery, all kind of floaty. Crap. A little tricky. So once they really dialed into force feedback, it started feeling a lot better. It really started taking advantage of the physics engine that was available to the ISI motor engine, where even the ISI motor 2 engine, it has a lot of qualities to it. It actually has good solid feel. For example, if you drove the original R Factor with the stock force feedback, like the initial force feedback with the R Factor title, it didn't feel the greatest. Once you installed Real Feel plugin, it really brought the sim to life. It's sort of similar in this. RaceRoom started off poor, then they really brought it together. Oh hey, Zero Skill Just Luck, Sim Gear. Let me think. There's actually a few different sim gears. Are you co.uk or are you .no? I know that sounded kind of weird. Because if you're a gamer muscle guy, oh, awesome. Oh, whoa, I just got punted by the AI. Oh, yeah, the goodie box. Okay, so, yeah, that's going to be pretty nice. So, yeah, by the way, I think I've mentioned before in a live stream that simgear.co.uk is going to be sending me a button box soon, because as mentioned before, I'm going to be getting a direct drive wheel to review, and I have this older rim, and I am going to be using that with the direct drive base. But the downside of using direct drive is out of the box, it doesn't have any buttons or shifters. So you either need to get a button box for your side, or you want to put a hub on your wheel. So I was talking with SimGear, and they offer to send me a button box for the wheel, or a hub. And what's cool about theirs is they actually use 3D printing to make their button boxes and shifters. So you are going to actually have 3D printed gear, and 3D printed gear is pretty darn sturdy from my experience. I've used the Derek Spear Design T500 RS hub, and oh man, that thing is sturdy. So I think it'll work well. And I'll let you know definitely once I get it and my thoughts on the hub. Oh, what? Oh, overshot that corner. Bye, cones. Okay, let's get back to RaceRoom. This definitely is a solid, underrated title in my opinion. And I think the main reason RaceRoom Racing Experience is underrated is because of the business model. You have this great title, and also best of all, it's free to play, so you can get your toes wet in this for free. And you have a few cars, few tracks, and you can test it out. And some of those free cars sound incredible. One of them, I believe, is powered by a V10 engine, and oh my gosh, if there was a better fit for the word eargasm, that I haven't found yet. That car sounds amazing. But then, once you want to start getting into GT3 racing or into the other series, then you start to have to realize, wait, you're going to have to pay for a lot of stuff. Because it's not just the car you're paying for, but you also pay a few cents or like $1 for each skin. You have to pay for each livery. And there are bundles that you can buy, but it easily gets confusing because, like other free-to-play racing titles, actually free-to-play titles in general, they come up with their own currency. They use VRP, so it's like virtual racing points or something like that. And come on, guys, why not just go out and tell me how much you're scalping me in dollars and cents, and save me the trouble of having to always fill up a VRP wallet or something. And full disclosure, I have bought RaceRoom content in the past. However, when I started Sim Racing Paddock, they actually sent me the PR package, which essentially gives you all of the content, and I've been reviewing that way. You can earn VRP by racing, but you don't really gain enough. So, like other content, or wait, George Ortner has joined the stream. He's one of the developers for RaceRoom. Hey, nice to see you again. So thank you for that clarification. So the store now shows dollars and cents. So I guess because I have the PR pack, I didn't realize that. But thank you for the clarification. So, hopefully you take some of these thoughts positively. But I would love to see an option similar to this PR pack that I'm using. So maybe for $150 or so, or actually $100, you might be able to unlock all the content and save the trouble of hunting down every skin and things like that. So we are seeing all this content available, but it's stuck behind this confusing system with also different different GT3 cars is just interesting because you have the ADAC GT Masters 2014. I believe you have the ADAC GT Masters 2013. Essentially the same car, but you're paying twice. Oh, there's a premium pack now. Okay. Could you give me a heads up on what that runs so I can just give that as a point of reference in my review? So I just want to get an idea so I can provide the most accurate information for everyone. But yeah, so RaceRoom has great content. There's no doubt about that. I love the GT cars. My favorite GT car, sadly, it's no longer in like the actual racing series, is the BMW Z4 GT3. That engine note is astounding, and it's like, oh my gosh. Okay, $99. I called it. But okay, so now let's shift that review a bit. So I'm just going to review RaceRoom as a full package for $100. So even cheaper if you get the VRP pack from the RaceRoom store. But yeah, so let's just take a look at it through the lens of if you buy everything for $100. So $100 And I think that's actually a good value. Consider, I'd say a close competitor would be Project Cars. Project Cars is, like, at least in terms of content, not in terms of simulation, fidelity, things like that. So, RaceRoom, also coincidentally, both former groups of Simbin split off. One created RaceRoom, one created Project Cars. So, I think that's sort of poetic in a way. But, yeah, so a lot of the similar cars and tracks that are in Project Cars are also in RaceRoom. But, objectively speaking, compared to Project Cars 1, RaceRoom has made these tracks quite a bit better, I believe. Compare Sonoma. Sonoma in RaceRoom blows Project Cars' version out of the water in terms of fidelity and in terms of looking like real life. Sure, there's those Sector 3 billboards there, but I mean, like, in terms of real life, this looks so much better. You have all this fidelity, you have all this feeling through the track as well, but the most key thing I find is the elevation changes feel just right. I don't know what happened with the Project Cars version, but in that, it just never sat well with me. It always had this sort of issue with me, and also the curbs were too high, things like that. It's those minor touches that make the title just feel off. In this elevation drop feels just right in the RaceRoom version. I really enjoy it. It really works well. So definitely works. I'd say in terms of track fidelity, physics, sounds, RaceRoom destroys Project Cars. Where Project Cars actually beats out RaceRoom is single player. It beats out in terms of weather and day to night transitions, which some people find negligible and things like that, but I have to concede that fact. But in the parts that really make a simulator count, I say that RaceRoom beats it out of the water. BMW M235. Okay, so given a few laps around Sonoma with the Indy car, so let's hop out of this puppy and try the new BMW. So RaceRoom definitely, now it sounds like they've really stepped up their game, and they've actually addressed some of the gripes I prepared. So what am I going to complain about now? So BMW M235 racing. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Nordschleife because they actually laser scanned that circuit. I believe it's their only true laser scanned course on the market. I don't know, George, correct me if I'm wrong, but we definitely have that opportunity. So we can drive on their example of a laser scan circuit. And I've driven a lot of laps in the Assetto Corsa laser scan version. I actually have never touched the iRacing version, but I really enjoy the Assetto Corsa version. It does provide a solid challenge, so I think that'll be a great frame of reference for driving this car. And of course, how poetic. It's a German car at a German track. And yeah, CAD data works well. And I've talked with a few other developers, like from rFactor 2. They say they're planning on going to some laser scan circuits. So there is that extra level fidelity. So we have that option. And then we have also the CAD data, which can at least give a general baseline, and then it's almost like fill in the dots. How about a stream with 66XO and Sim Racing Paddock, multiplayer with stream? Oh, that might be fun sometime. I haven't actually done much in the way of RaceRoom multiplayer, but can definitely experiment with that. And That'd be fun because, George, I loved some of your older videos. One that was like really got me into R Factor was that was the R Factor 2 highlight. Okay, so possibly some frame rate, but I think that's down to OBS. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. There's the downshift protect thing for RaceRoom. So, whoa. Okay, this is interesting frame rate wise. I think it's actually CPU. So, hold on, let me adjust some settings. Sorry about that, guys. AI is loosely based on the R Factor 1 AI, I believe, because this actually runs on, like, underneath everything, underneath the graphics, underneath sound and everything, it runs on the ISI motor engine. So you aren't, to an extent, getting the fidelity, or not really the fidelity, but what Sector 3 has done really has blown it out of the park with the quality and everything. So hold on, let me just go to auto. Yeah, that should be fine. Our Nordschleife layout, okay. Thank you. Okay, Nordschleife easier on hardware. Okay, thanks. Yeah, usually I think it would be running just fine. It's because I also have OBS running, so that can be difficult. I'll just put it that way. So OBS, it can murder CPU usage, especially when you're streaming. So keep that in mind when you are actually testing out. And if you are looking to stream in the future, just note that your frame rate can get murdered while streaming. Also, I'm just going to close Google Chrome. Yeah, RaceRoom does have VR support, and it works pretty well. You have the full UI in VR, and you just have that ability to navigate menus, which I think is something that's sorely underrated. The only other VR supported title I can think of, actually the other two, is that you can have the R Factor 2, Kart Racing Pro, Project Cars, and RaceRoom. You don't have the ability to navigate menus in VR with Assetto Corsa or iRacing. So it's actually, I'm not sure about iRacing because you have the new UI. I don't know if that's VR navigatable. Andrew, yes, my next review will be on iRacing, so that will be a great option. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a video highlight, or not video. I'm next, after maybe doing a lap or two of the Nordschleife, I am going to do the Ford Capri. But I'll just say thank you. I did not put on mechanical damage, or else this could be a short video. But I like to think I know the Nordschleife pretty well. Oh yeah, much better, much better. Okay, let's get our car started and on the road. Okay, new iRacing UI in. That's good. Oh, that's nice. You see, I think 13G, that's 13 gallons in your fuel tank on top of the wheel. Okay, we're off. For the record, I have driven a BMW M235i before. For a little while, I had a brief stint as a car photographer for car dealerships. So I never drove it on a track or anything, but I drove it around a couple streets. And yeah, whoops. First time hitting the wall. But yeah, the feel through the wheel actually feels pretty similar. No car sound? Hold on, let me see if I can turn it up a bit. Hold on. Okay, is this any better? Hopefully it's a little better. I just turned up the sound a little bit. Okay. But yeah, it feels pretty good through the wheel. Whoa. Come on, car. Yeah, I'm gonna do something I might call it like the what was it that Jimmy Fallon did in his show? Where he like talks about sort of like the yearbook idea. But yeah, so I'm planning on doing like a sim racing comparison thing, giving my opinion on it. But I'd say, spoiler alert, my objective favorite, or subjective favorite I should say, is R Factor 2 in terms of fidelity. The fidelity in R Factor 2 and the driving field, I think it's second to none. iRacing is my favorite in terms of the online racing experience, because iRacing, they've really fleshed out that online racing world, and that really does give a lot to the depth of just racing and competing, just that mentality. iRacing has that nailed. Assetto Corsa is definitely one of the best in terms of content and cars and tracks I would like to drive, and value. Actually, value, that one of my favorite titles for that would be Automobilista. While a lot of the content isn't officially licensed, having that, having multiple eras of Formula 1 simulated, having all this content really is great. And even like the Brazilian tracks, they're not all horrible. They can be pretty fun. Whoa, whoa, little wide, off track. Okay, I lost that spot. Three-way battle, guys. Live for Speed, please don't murder me. I haven't really tested it. I need to do more in-depth testing of Live for Speed. I know it's still somewhat being supported, but yeah, sometime I need to give that a further look. I think I tried a demo before, but never the full game. Yeah, Gran Turismo sticker on the windshield. Hey, props to Sector 3 for authenticity. Hashtag cross promotion. But yeah, this car feels pretty darn good, especially for being a lower down GT series. And the Nordschleife really does look good. I haven't done much testing of it in RaceRoom, but man, especially we're driving at sunrise, you can see the sun peeking over the trees, and just those crepuscular rays really adds to that depth. And then going from the shade into the sunlight, which we might be doing soon. Oh, I almost lost it there. So if he's gonna have the momentum. The downside with this car being a little quieter and like just muffled, which is natural for the car. I'm not dissing on the sounds or anything, but this is a road car repurposed, so the sound is not going to be as raw as the race cars per se, but it's tougher to hear for that shift point. I'm not really sure about the input lag. There might be a little bit, but it might be more visual lag than anything. Because there's a difference between true impact or input lag with the steering wheel, or if it's just visual lag, so the wheel on your screen is responding not as quickly. But yeah, just look at these shadows. Granted, I do have it running on a 1080 and high settings, but man, those shadows going from light to dark, it looks good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Overcooked in that corner. But yeah, the car sound for this is really good. I'm just saying it's like a road car sound. So it's a little easy to like miss your shift point. There's always going to be some input lag like in a title. It's just physics. Because if you consider, I want to say the way that the wires work is they travel at the speed of light. So there might not be, like, it might not be noticeable, but there's always going to be a little bit because the electrical current has to run through the wire to the computer has to process and everything. So even if there is like a fraction of a millisecond, that still can be input lag. I'll turn up the car sound after this lap. Oh, dang it. Talking while driving. Not recommended. Do not try this at home, guys, unless you're a certified YouTuber. For the next car, I'm turning up the car sound because you're going to want to hear it. But yeah, let me just check my audio volume. Okay, yeah, I'm higher up than I thought I was, so I have a bit of room that I can definitely bring up the car sound. Sound out of the car. I think this might change for you. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, brake. Yeah, it definitely is not the most spectacular sounding car. It definitely doesn't sound horrible. None of the cars in RaceRoom do sound bad. In the physics department, I would say somewhere between Assetto Corsa and R Factor 2. iRacing, it feels good. It almost feels too planted in a way at times. But iRacing also has that thing where it feels planted until it doesn't. And then you're like, what the heck just happened here? Where I was driving a GT3 race and clipped the grass, and all of a sudden I'm sent in a crazy slide, and I don't know like how the heck that happened. Like, it just happened way too fast. It just happened like that. In R Factor 2 and Assetto Corsa, it feels more like actually driving a car, which is muy bueno. So iRacing's physics feel more like you're steering, and then driving in R Factor 2, Assetto Corsa, Automobilista, RaceRoom feels more like driving. Plasma BMW. Which one is that? But yeah, okay, let's show them their top car for now. And then next we can take a look at so the Formula RaceRoom X17. So just imagine if FIA got their act together and decided to do a modern F1 car with a V10. It's like, oh snap. Hey, BraftMe2, thanks for joining the stream. So let's take a look at what track to run. Another thing I love is that there are actually a lot of different Formula 1 circuits. We have Hockenheim, we have Hungaroring, we have Indianapolis, we had Nürburgring. We have older F1 circuits like Zandvoort, Brands Hatch, Monza. We have all of these different things. It's like, oh yeah, I like me likey. Let's do Monza. Let's let that car air out. So let's go to afternoon time. Let's bring it down to 85%. And actually, hold on a second. I'm going to swap out the rim for an actual Formula rim. So As mentioned before, I am using the the CSL Elite PS4 rim. Let's change that. And yes, I recommend the screw if you use the CSL Elite rim. I was testing earlier and the rim popped off. But yeah, I like this rim. I like the paddles. So listen to the sound of paddle shifters. Those are pretty nice. I like them quite a bit more than the old CSL Elite rim. But now, let's take the Formula rim out. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Now I just have to remember what button mappings translate. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Okay, let's bring up the desktop audio. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to sound me or hear me all right, because this is gonna drown out your ears, guys. You're gonna love the sound. Who died? Dirt 4, I haven't really touched it much since, maybe once or twice, but not much. Oh yeah, buddy. Formula 1 with V10s and big fat tires. Yeah. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we got the car started. Oh, yeah. Dirt 4 isn't a bad game. It just isn't at the level of what Dirt Rally was. Oh, eargasm, eargasm. Great sound. Now just imagine this with a V12, guys. That would be amazing. Try and get some heat into these tires. Oh. Maybe there's a Dirt Rally 2 in the near future, but it's kind of tough because Codemasters was advertising Dirt Rally as a title that was essentially like Dirt Rally or Dirt 4. They were advertising as like Dirt Rally 2. They do need more variables in the track editor, definitely. Yeah, I can try that hill climb car. Which car is it? So let's do a couple laps with this car. But yeah, open wheel definitely is a feel. Whoa, I just got punted by the AI. Yeah, AI is kind of aggressive, especially with open wheel. They're like, move. Guys, I tend to be a little conservative with my braking. Whoa. Retaliation, guys. Retaliation. Queasy in VR at all? It depends. If the frame rate is lower than 90 and I don't have ASW on, I can get kind of queasy, but I think I've adapted to it all right. There was that live stream I did in VR. I believe it was with Assetto Corsa, and I was trying OpenVR out, and OpenVR is not well optimized for Assetto Corsa, so after that stream, I did get kind of queasy. Yeah, I might try adaptive VAI after this. Okay, hot lap, guys. Maybe I should have taken this corner in second. Off to a good run. But yeah, you can really feel the grip in the tires. It feels really good, guys. But yeah, so George, he mentioned in this, in his video that, or not his video, in a comment earlier, this RaceRoom is kind of hardware intensive, especially at certain tracks and situations. I used to be running the FX8350 on an Asus Sabertooth motherboard, and it had some issues. Even with a 970 graphics card at medium settings, it was finding itself CPU bound, where when you are driving with a modern CPU like the Ryzen or the Intel, you can see it's a lot smoother. It works a lot better. Yeah, triples I think are go-to for long sessions and things like that. Yeah, the Glen elevation changes could definitely attribute to it. Let's do one more lap and then jump to the hill climb car. Oh, a little wide. Yeah, I think the longest I've done continuous in VR is about 2.5 hours, and I was kind of feeling it, but as mentioned before, I was trying OpenVR and it was getting a little queasy. And the frame rate wasn't the best. It does take a little while to get used to VR though. I still really enjoy triples, especially from a productivity standpoint. I should be putting out my review of the Oculus Rift a little bit after my review of iRacing. But man, I love the sound of this car. But yeah, with high downforce cars, you really... Dang it, cut the track. You didn't see anything. Okay, I'll do one more lap and showcase the external sound. We can't end on a cut lap. Oh, that pop. You could hear that backfire. Oh yeah, this is nice. Freaking tough to drive in third-person view with the wheel, though. I think one of the big things with driving in third person is you don't take your braking point and shift it forward, because you're thinking that you have this element where you move your braking point back. So you need to move your braking point forward when you're driving in third person. Ah, cut again, dang it. Okay, one more lap, guys. I'm hooked. I'm addicted. I'm not going to say I have a problem, though. I am addicted, but I don't have a problem. Okay, let's get one clean lap in. Little lockup. So, I think with the next car, I'm going to be a little in a Debbie Downer mode and talk about the things that I don't like as much about RaceRoom. So, it's going to be not ranty, but we're talking all about all these things I like, but I think we also need to talk about some of the things I don't like as much. So, iRacing's physics, as mentioned before, it feels a little like just steering the car. You are, like, I think it's also down to force feedback, where it's not really as much like driving the car. You're not ultimately feeling things out, in my opinion. And this, in my opinion, it's not like true law or anything. Everything is subjective in terms of sim physics, because my mantra is there's no such thing as a perfect title. If there was, everyone would be driving it. So you definitely have that element in iRacing where it just doesn't feel as dynamic as other titles. So RaceRoom, I think, it feels more like you are feeling out the car. You're very involved in driving it, and it really fleshes that out well. Some of the things iRacing does have over RaceRoom, for example, are the iRacing has a dynamic track where tracks are rubber down. It has better tire wear mechanics, and in iRacing you actually blow tires if you wear them out too much. And I don't think I've ever blown a tire in RaceRoom. I don't think I've actually done a session long enough, so I don't know off the top of my head if you can blow out a tire. But RaceRoom is definitely more dynamic in terms of the feel of the car, in my opinion. Ooh, my rim almost fell off. Okay. So now let's put back the CSL rim and do some hill climb. I need that tightening screw though. But yeah, in terms of physics ranking, I think that for physics, R Factor 2, Automobilista, RaceRoom, Assetto Corsa, iRacing. But in terms of iRacing, yeah, it is definitely the top for the racing. So next up on the agenda, we are going to be picking up the BMW Hill Climb car. Okay, that's totally cross-threaded. Yes, I have played Project Cars with a wheel. It was actually a direct drive wheel too. I played it with the CXC Simulations Motion Pro 2 cockpit, which uses hydraulic pedals and a modified Bodnar sim steering system. So it felt better than Project Cars 1. That's not saying too much, but yeah, Project Cars 2 definitely is a step above the first one. So a little backstory of how I got to test it out was that I have sort of a friendly relationship with Chris Considine, who runs CXC Simulations. He started it, and I was visiting in January, and you can see a few videos I did then. And he asked me, hey, we're doing this press event, or working this press event. They were renting out cockpits to the press event. And they're like, yeah, it's a Project Cars 2 preview event. It's their big unveil and everything. So they asked me if I could basically be a third-party hire. So I wasn't hired or anything by Slightly Mad Studios. I was hired by CXC Simulations to work at an event that featured Project Cars 2. So I got about 5-6 hours of testing with Project Cars. So Hill Climb Legends, where is that? And my first impressions are positive, but I only got to test out 2 cars. I didn't get to test out nearly what I wanted to test out. So, George Plasma, okay. Yeah, Slightly Mad Studios developed Need for Speed Shift alongside EA, so yeah. Okay, so let's do Lakeview Hill Climb. I'm going to take it easy this race, though. I'm also just going to do sequential shifting. Flip the switch. Okay, it's sequential now. Oh, RaceRoom Hill Climb? Okay, hold on. Why did you have to say that after I pressed it? Actually, you likely said before, but there's that latency on YouTube streaming. But yeah, so as mentioned before, one of the things that RaceRoom lacks is like the dynamic track rubbering in, the dynamic tire wear, which I believe comes down to limitations of the ISI motor engine. But it definitely is solid feeling through how everything works. So, our RaceRoom Hill Climb. Yeah, hopefully 4 times the charm. We can hope. I mean, I don't ever want to see a title fail. That's my thing. I want to see all racing titles succeed and bring more people into the hobby. It was tough seeing Project Cars 1 be the mess that it was, especially because I was an early backer and I called them out on some issues and they never fixed it, and that's eventually what people were complaining about after the title was released. I complained about how the sound mixing was poor. I complained about how Sonoma Raceway was so off in terms of the physics. Or not physics, but yeah, so... Okay, so hill climb time. Okay, let's hear this car real quick. Hold on, sit down at the keyboard. Ho, 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 ho. Oh wait, I'm gonna remap the shifter real quick. But yeah, somebody asked me in the comments if I'm going to be going up to a direct drive wheel. Yes, I should be soon. I should be getting an open sim wheel to review in the near future. That should be coming soon. Oh my god, that torque! It's a Formula 1 car with closed wheels, guys! I remember seeing this YouTube video in the past where it was showing off all the free cars sound previews, and then I heard this and it's like, oh my god! Tricky hill climb though. But man, that view. And I'm in the wall. I'm not really focusing on driving line accuracy for this, guys. I'm just focusing on having fun with you guys. So I know my driving's not the best right now. I know usually in my streams the driving's not the best. But don't worry, I'm a half decent driver, I promise. I've actually never crashed a car in real life. Fun fact. Ah, yeah. As I say as I go head first into a wall. But man, this incredible sound. I am using sequential. I'm I'm using the sticks sequentially. Oh, it's paddle shifters. My bad. But, okay, I remapped it. It is sequential. That's sequential, guys. Tunnel! Whoops. Yeah, I'll showcase a free competition after this hill climb, if I'm alive to tell the tale. So, another thing I like about RaceRoom that I haven't participated in nearly as much as I'd like, but they have that available, is they have free competitions. So you can actually test out your driving, and it's in time trial challenges. So for most of them, the car and track are essentially like also a free demo of sorts. So if you don't have that car and track, you can still participate. $456, okay. This is my first time driving this though, guys. This is so much fun though, guys. Also worth mentioning that this hill climb and the car are free content, so you can actually test this out for yourself for free. Just download the game. Screaming Metal Death Trap. Fun fact, that was my nickname for my first car. It was a 1971 Datsun 510, also known in Europe as the Nissan Sunny, I believe. So I had that as my first car when I turned 16. My dad, he was going through his midlife crisis, and he had this sort of fetish for Datsuns, so he bought 3 Datsuns in 1 year. I don't know why. Okay, 544. Whoops. So, about a minute off JDM Powers time. Car at Bathurst, I could only imagine. That would be insane. Actually, I think I've tested that before. Early on in RaceRoom. So that was fun. Okay, so... Okay, what are we going to do next? Hold on. We were talking about different ideas. Oh yeah, the time trial challenge. Okay. So competitions tab. By the way, guys, Sector 3, great job improving the UI. The UI before was just a mess. This looks so much cleaner. So they have like their esports WTTC or WTCC challenge. So that's their thing with the esports, and then also Mercedes AMG. So I know that these events are sometimes live streamed on RaceRoom's page, and I think actually I saw the esports WTCC on the WTCC page. So that's a cool option. Okay, they have Daytona Prototype Racing at Mid-Ohio. I forgot that you got the... somebody was saying Ford Capri, so let's try that. So Ford Capri at Spa. I'm likely not going to do great, but should be fun. So let's just see what the leaderboard says real quick. So 2 minutes 15. I'll be happy if I get 2:30. I'm not a fast driver. So get real difficulty. We're getting real, guys. Getting real. Actually, not 2:30. Let's say 2:20. 2:25 maybe. Okay, I have it set to manual mode. I have to remap the controls though, so we'll do that real quick. But yeah, definitely a lot of content available. And another thing I like about RaceRoom is there's a lot of classic content available. For example, we're driving the old, I think it was Group 5 or Group 5 DT-ish cars. So the Ford Zaxby's Capri, we're driving that now. Controller options, okay, thanks for the heads up. So primary functions. Reverse. First. I know this is boring, guys, but I had to do it. And that's sort of the downside because recently I updated my system and now just had to map everything. 7th. I accidentally skipped 6th. But yeah, so lost some of my presets. Irritating. So H pattern shift on. There we go. So we're just taking it easy first lap. Oh, you want to flat shift this car. You want to keep that turbo spooled. Or, George, is there turbo modeling in RaceRoom? Because I know the original ISI motor engine didn't have turbo modeling. I don't know off the top of my head. But man, listen to the sound of that car. It just sounds so visceral. It sounds so raw. Okay, hack. Better than nothing. But yeah, so RaceRoom, definitely a great title. For $100, would I recommend it? If you're wanting that experience, I'd say easily yes. Because RaceRoom does have a lot of great content that actually is not available in other titles. For example, that FRX 17, even though it's semi-fictional, it's a great car, incredible sound. The hill climb cars, proper hill climb mode implemented. It has solid racing rules for online racing. It has an active competition system that people participate in. It has a WTCC support. So if you're a WTCC fan, it's a solid option. So, whoa. And just really that immersion factor is incredible. And also like starter packs, pro packs. So you can get your feet wet first. And you can just dive in when you feel ready. So you can also just pick out the content you want a la carte. There's some great options. Come on. Okay, we beat the 230. Let's see if we can improve. There's our ghost right there. Okay. Oh, dang it, we overcooked it. Well, we beat 230. Oh boy, I'm getting trash talk. There we go, we're making up some ground. I stopped using the clutch, I'm just like straight cutting the gears. This is where I lost so much time last lap. There we go, we got a good line through there. There we go. Bring it out. Oh, dang it, overcooked. Lost all that time now. Okay, let's see how this next lap goes. Up to 5. Dang it, I cut. Okay. How much more trash talk do you want to give me, guys? Bring it on. But yeah, so addressing that question, would I recommend RaceRoom? My thing is, why not? It's free to play. Give it a try. And if you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. You just only have that hard drive space. What's there to lose? So, I'd like to hear, do you have any thoughts on RaceRoom? Also, what would you like to see in GTR 3? Because I know that Sector 3 is working with Simbin. Fun fact, the two co-founders, I believe, are brothers. Or at least it's entirely coincidental that they have the same last name. But yeah, Simbin is now headed by Alan Speed. And Sector 3 is Chris Speed. I believe they're brothers. So that's always interesting. Yeah, I always wonder how the heck they have like that 15-second gap. I don't know if it's down to car setup or just like going balls to the wall. So yeah, I do give RaceRoom a recommendation, and spoiler, in most of my reviews I'll recommend titles, maybe except for things like NASCAR Heat Evolution. That was just a smoking turd. But most titles do have some good qualities to them. And I'd say the more titles the merrier. Just find one you like and give it a try. Wait, I didn't just cut the track. Or, oh, that was last lap. My bad. That scared me for a minute. So it sounds like we're a little bit ahead of our Ghost. I mean, every corner I have a little bit of time to make up, but I don't think it comes down to 16 seconds. I mean, I'm going to lose about a second and a half here, I think. But yeah, those guys had to drive like perfectly to get those lap times in. And also, they might exploit track limits, I don't know. But it seems like Sector 3 is pretty solid on enforcing track limits. This is a lot of fun, though. I'm driving the Ford Zaxby's Capri, so the classic Group 5 car. Let's see if I can get to Division 4. No! Come on! I was in the limits. I was in that limit. Ah, that hurt. I guess one more lap, guys. You're not helping my addiction, though. You're not helping. You are the problem. Dang it! Oh, I'm so used to like Assetto Corsa track limits where they're kind of conservative. Assetto Corsa is more conservative on the that corner. Okay, so flat shift with the clutch. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. So my summary of the review is, I do recommend it. It's free. Why not take it for a spin? It's not as advanced in some ways as other titles such as Assetto Corsa, R Factor 2, and iRacing, but it's definitely a great free-to-play sim, and they've actually been actively supporting and improving it over the years. 3 years ago, I don't think I would have recommended it as easily as I do now, because some things were a mess. There were some systems that were broken in it, but now it's so much better. I know I went a little live. Okay, let's make sure this is a good lap. Flat out. But yeah, so RaceRoom, great racing title. Racing online, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Dang it! Talking while driving. I need one more clean lap, guys. One more. Screw it, I'm restarting this. So, restart. We'll get a good lap in. Let's use it in here. Flat out. I'll try online, actually. There we go. I think we're off to a better start, guys. There we go. Want to go for the late apex here. I know I'm not talking too much. I'm trying to stay focused. Yeah, Assetto Corsa public lobby racing can be a nightmare. Sim racing system tends to be a little better. We need more people in sim racing system though. It feels a little too sparse. But it's a good alternative to public server racing and usually provides better racing options. Yeah, I love seeing, like, one of the thoughts I had for this live stream to do it this way was to try to get more, like, developers. Like, yeah, sim racing system isn't perfect, but it definitely is a slight step above the public server nightmares. Come on, come on. Okay, we made it in the limit. Oh, that backfire. I love it in my left ear. Little slow off. Come on, we're almost there, we're almost there. 223, 224. Okay, under 225, that's my goal. So we're up to Division 4, guys. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. I didn't mean to hit the mics. RIP headphone users. But yeah, okay. Good lap. I mean, Division 4 at least. Not horrible. Not great, not horrible. But yeah, as of right now, iRacing definitely offers the best online racing experience as mentioned before. It sounds like we are going to be getting more competition though, because R-Factor 2 is going to have their own online racing system implemented. I believe RaceRoom, they've talked about it. I bet the developers can't they can't comment right now, but I know they're working on a system to do driver rankings and things like that. So there are options at least. So multiplayer, let's see what's open. I don't know how active RaceRoom servers are, but looks pretty active. GTR 3 at RaceRoom. Yeah, Project Cars 2, they're going to have their own system too. It's interesting though, because you see different classes oriented. GTR 3 racing, FR2. Some of them are locked. That's multi-class. Trying to see what's like quick. RaceRoom Raceway. I haven't done much driving on it, I think. But let's take a look. So, it looks like a mixed bag. GT3. Let's look for the BMW. I think I'm good for now. I might talk to you later, maybe Facebook chat, about figuring something out for maybe hosting an event alongside with you guys. That could be fun. Wait, did you guys get rid of the Z? Oh, there's the Z4. I don't recognize that color. So I'm just doing the Z4 because that's one of my favorite sounding GT3 race cars. I know it's down to personal preference, but BMW Z4 GT3, one of my favorite sounding cars. But yeah, I think this is going to be the last thing I do, so we can just test out. Yeah, and I have my online racing series with Sim Racing Series, and it's awkward though because Austin Ognoski, Mr. Pretend Race Cars, he has actually won 5 out of my 6 races. Yeah, definitely good PR there. But yeah, Jimmy, Mr. Punterino. Great guy, though. Well, let's just see how the worst is, and then we can move up from there. Looks like we missed qualifying. Whoops. It looks like... It seems like some of the people own the content, at least. Race monitor. Huh. So this is my first time doing an online race, guys. It could go bad. Going to get murdered. Coming from Sector 3 staff. That's a positive sign. I guarantee it. You're going to get murdered. I guarantee it. What is that? Like, instead of suit warehouse, it's like punt warehouse? Oh, wait. Crap, I set it to stick. What the heck? No! The shifter's not working. Hold on. Crap. Hold on. Slight mistake. The mapping got lost. Oh, I have it in H mode, that's why. H shift mode. That's awkward. Okay, well, I'm not going to be in that race. Yeah, driving with subscribers can definitely be a mixed bag. I know that for a fact. So, let's see. So what plus TT at Portimao, that's also free content. Laguna Seca, WTCC, 1 player in. Zandvoort, locked. I didn't get murdered in turn 1. Zandvoort, race ended. Qualifying at Portimao, that's the free one, I think. Multi-class GTR. 3 minutes 48. Let's take a look. So this could be fun. It's like just a 1-lap race or 2-lap race. So Z4. Okay, we got this, guys. The Nordschleife server or the other one? Let's hope it'll cope with the system okay. Because before we were seeing it being kind of CPU intensive. But guys, oh man, it's already 10:30. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. Dang. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, we're loaded. Get the car started. But, okay, so actually I want you to listen to something for a minute. If you can hear that, all the people talking and stuff. You can hear drivers talking, you can hear them laughing, you can hear them just having a good time, you can hear that like klaxon horn thing. Just adds so much to the depth in RaceRoom. I know, George, but I have a life. I have things to do. I'm just giving you a hard time, man. So 1.5 minutes before the first race starts. It's only about 10 minutes. So actually that's only like one lap. Local yellow, I guess? Yeah, that car ahead of me. Oh, cold brakes, cold brakes. Funny, online, this is feeling better like than when I was driving with the in single player. Better frame rate wise. Go figure. That looks like a GT2 or Corvette GT1 car. And you can see he's just pulling away on that straight. And then I beat him on the brakes. I know it's a mess in the back. I mean, I know it's a garage. I need to clean up that mess and sort things out. It's tough though because I was working on like CPU builds for my AMD and Intel comparison and stuff like that, but don't worry, I'll clean it soon. I know, shots fired. Wait, oh man, this feels good. Except I don't think I'm gonna get a lap in because it's end of session. So we're going to be starting from the back at the Nordschleife. Gonna be fun. I might die a few times. But man, just listen to the sound of the car. Oh, that sounds good. Whoop. There we go. We're in the race. But, oh, that external sound of the car. Oh, wait. They restarted qualifying. Hey, Patrick. How's it going, man? So I guess they started the qualifying session over. Well, that's a nice touch. I see on the Motec display time remaining. So let's try to get one good lap in. Actually, is it even going to count the lap? Oh, that guy spun out right ahead of me. Oh yeah, Patrick, it's RaceRoom server, or it's one of the servers in RaceRoom GT3, GT2, GT1 at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. It's online, don't worry. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Patrick is actually the forum moderator for Sim Racing Paddock, so if you ever say anything bad on the server, on the Sim Racing Paddock forums, he's the one that's going to be dropping the ban hammer on you. The RaceRoom Big Boss, oh boy. Where's my brown nose? I forgot to put it on. But you don't need a brown nose too much. RaceRoom is just a great title. I'd say it has some of the similar pitfalls of R Factor 2, where it kind of is hardware intensive. So, depending on cars and tracks. Also, it's the same pitfall as Assetto Corsa. So, yeah, so you really have a lot of CPU and graphics card power required to really appreciate RaceRoom in its full glory, per se. But yeah, RaceRoom, great title. Lot of fun. And just listen, you can hear those rocks and like dirt getting tossed up into the undercarriage. Great sound here. But yeah, trying to get a good lap in, because is it where if you cross the finish line before the time runs out, then you can do your lap? Because I don't even think we have enough time to get the out lap, and even I don't even know if you have enough time for the out lap. That's my only concern with this qualifying session, because Nordschleife is a long track. Yes, sounds in RaceRoom are amazing. Oh boy, just got notification that Patrick has entered RaceRoom, so he's going to be joining me. Oh, supposed to take the shortcut? Now you tell me. Whoops. I guess I'm starting from the back then, but I'm getting some practice. I did not know that. Okay, that's a nice touch. Thank you for telling me. I'll let JF take that question, because I don't know off the top of my head, but when I do drive off track, it feels like you have to get the dirt off. Yeah, I like this live review idea. It allows me to address some of the stuff in real time, as opposed to just having that predisposed review and then having people ask the questions afterwards. People are asking the questions now, and even I did not plan on having the developers come up and answer questions and things like that. So that's a nice touch, and we can just have this as a community review. Oh, hit that curb hard in the wall. Whoops. But this should be fun. Hey, Zero Skill Just Luck, how's it going, man? We're in an online server with the Nordschleife, but I forgot to take the shortcut to start my qualifying lap. So I am likely going to be starting from the back of the field, but I'm just getting my practice time in. Oh, server closed, maybe because it's in qualifying. That might be... Huh. That's weird. But yeah, I like the laser scan Nordschleife here, guys. It feels good. You can't attack it too hard, so it's similar to Assetto Corsa. I thought he joined the server during qualifying, though. Huh. But yeah, I'm really enjoying RaceRoom, and I haven't touched it too much lately, but it seems like they are really taking advice from people. Oh, it was practice, my bad. But yeah, so I'm sorry for not touching it in a while, but oh man, it sounds like they're heading in the right direction, definitely. But it's going to be interesting though, because it sounds like they're kind of going to be competing with themselves, because GTR 3 is going to be like developed alongside RaceRoom. Simbin is going to be doing the main development. So we... Oh, speaking of Steinar Platson, I was driving as him earlier, and he has joined the live stream. He is prosim.no. So we have in here prosim.co.uk versus prosim.no. Kind of funny. But yeah, so I know that GTR 3 is going to be having... they're planning the shift to Unreal Engine 4. And then that would trickle down to RaceRoom. So that could bring code optimizations, things like that for the visual side, and DirectX 11 native support, things like that. So that's going to be a right direction move for RaceRoom. But it's going to be interesting, because the last thing I want to see is RaceRoom take a backseat to GTR 3. RaceRoom has great content. It has stuff available for people to enjoy a lot. Oh, it's Sim Gear. My bad. Pro Sim. Yeah. My bad. Sorry. Brain fart. So yeah, that was a good lap. All things considered. As I blow the first corner. Big time. And yeah, invalid lap time. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting race. Now I'm sort of just goofing off right now. But yeah, Steinar, I was driving as you in the IndyCar earlier this stream. How's it going, man? I have tried RaceRoom in VR, and I like it quite a bit. It's solid implementation, even though it is DirectX 9. Because DirectX 9, I don't believe natively supports the Oculus Rift and VR SDKs. So they're either running an older SDK, or they are just like hacking it together, I think. Because I believe this is still on DX9. I don't think they made the shift to DX11 yet. But the VR works surprisingly well, all things considered. Okay, they're cheating. So they're cheating with the turbo modeling. They're cheating with the what? End of session. Okay. So they're cheating with the VR implementation. They're cheating with the turbo modeling. Anything else you're cheating on that you want to let us know about? Okay, so this is going to be like 2 laps. So past textures using higher versions of DX. Huh. I haven't heard of that before. An interesting move. Okay, let's see how we do in this. Gentlemen, start your engines. Oh, I thought George was mentioning that it was or kind of hacked together or something like that. It might not be cheating, but I don't know. Okay, we're off. Oh, it's only 4 people in this race. But man, those GT1s. Are those GT2 or GT1? But man. Oh, I did not see him there. So that's a GT2, 2 GT1s, so I think we're going to win our class at least. Because I think I'm the only GT3 car. Whoa. Okay, sorry George and JF. Sorry, I did not mean to assume. But man, that GT2 sounds neutered compared to this GT3. It's so funny. Come on, let me by, let me by. Whoa, that could have been ugly. Yeah, Porsche's coming. I'm excited for that. No, I won't say no more rough, but Porsche, man, bring it on. Oh, 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 that hurt. That hurt a bit. I didn't really have anywhere to go there. I was pushing. Let's see if I can catch him. Oh, he's off again. Whoa! Wow. I should have gone the other way. Netcode might be wonky, but it could also be due to the fact that I'm in California. I'm guessing most of these other people are in Europe. I think that's what it comes down to. So, I'm guessing my ping is abnormally high. Dangerously awesome, maybe. I don't think I'll be able to catch these GT1 guys. They're about 25 seconds ahead. We'll see, but I find it unlikely. But at least I'm going to win the GT3 class. Lip sealed. Okay, that's interesting. Wait, whoa, I'm catching up to second place, big time. Did he have an off or something? That's way too fast for me to catch him. Huh. No clue what happened to him. I thought F4 was a binding for auto shift. I'm catching up to first place too, but man, that long straight is going to be hugely favorable for him. This long straight is going to be where he really pulls away, I think. Yes, he's just gained over 4 seconds because of this straight. Aww. Looks like, yeah, he's in a different zip code. So JF or George, any plans for a day to night transition in the future? I'm hoping. Endurance racing. Or maybe bring in Le Mans. You have the Audi. I don't think Studio 397 is killing R Factor 2. They're still going to have quite a bit of free content. It's just sometimes they need paid content to bring in more licenses, things like that, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, the new BMW is great. Whoa! Dang, he's 30 seconds ahead. Huge gap. I have no clue, Patrick. I have no clue. And Travis. Yeah, sounds are amazing in RaceRoom. Ah, overcooked the corner. Oh, my hood. My hood. My glorious hood. Hey, random call sign, how's it going, man? I am not on my phone. Or, oh, he might be, I'm not sure. But yeah, that hood. It seems like mechanical damage is off for this. I'm doing pretty well. Just putting together this quick video. Just had the idea when I woke up, why not try a live review? And sort of been talking for the past hour and a half, almost 2 hours about RaceRoom, what I like about it, what I don't, and just thinking about how well it works. It could be a smartphone thing, I'm not sure, huh? Weird. I knew a few people were talking like that. At first I thought they were trolling, and then I saw more, and it's like, huh, weird. So it looks like we're going to have one more lap. I find it highly unlikely that I'm going to catch first place, though. Highly unlikely. Whoops, cut track warning, even though I was just a little bit wide. Yeah, there are some public servers, but it's more like... Whoa, whoa, I was getting used to the Grand Prix circuit. My mistake. But yeah, so... the content, there is solid content. And then... but... it seems like the majority of servers, they were either using the free content, they weren't, they might have been locked, or they just didn't have many people. Yeah, private leagues. And I do recommend trying out a league at least once in your sim racing career, because they can be a positive experience. I had a couple NASCAR leagues I was in the past, and they went pretty well. But ultimately, with what you do, I'd say that you are definitely you're getting what you pay for, and not just in terms of money. If you invest your time into a league, you can get better racing. Public servers generally can be kind of messy. Not all public server racing is bad, but I'd say good most of it. Yeah, JF, I know I need to clean up a bit. It's a garage. It's a garage man cave. What do you expect? I know that Sim Racing System is looking to incorporate more things. I know they are in talks about having races in R Factor 2. It could be interesting to see how Sim Racing System with RaceRoom paired up could be. I think that could be great. But yeah, Sim Racing System, they do need to improve in some things. I would love to see like one-off endurance events. That could be a great thing to see. Because most of the Sim Racing System races are only 20 minutes. So imagine you're driving the Nordschleife, that is 2 laps. Or 2 to 3 laps. Depending on configuration and what car you're driving. But if there was like an endurance event like Le Mans and things like that, then like, and it's also weird because iRacing, the only racing sim out there that has Le Mans as first party content. What gives, RaceRoom guys? What gives? You guys should yeah, you guys should have Le Mans. You have endurance cars. Bring an endurance track and endurance racing. Just saying, just saying. But yeah, so let me just try to think of some pros and cons for RaceRoom. Pro, sound, incredible. Best in the sim racing world, bar none. Another pro is that the physics are pretty good. They are a large step up above what they used to be, and force feedback works pretty well alongside it. Another pro, track selection, pretty darn good. It has a nice mix of American and European tracks. Another pro, the graphics look pretty good. In my opinion, some of the best in sim racing. I know iRacing and Project Cars specifically, they touted having great graphics. I think RaceRoom does it better. So that's great. Another pro, racing rules. You can set up multi-race formats. You can set up different starting methods. You can start like either standing start or rolling start. You can set up like your different sessions and things like that. So that is great. Another pro, VR implementation, and it's pretty solid despite being DirectX 9. That's always great. And I'm trying to think of more pros and cons off the top of my head. Hold on. Another pro, the user interface greatly improved over what it used to be. I mean, like that green, guys, come on, that was painful. But now the UI is greatly improved. Another pro, the competitions, they are actually actively participated in, the time trials, and also can serve as free previews of cars and tracks, so you can test that out, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. So that's another great pro. There's actually competition that exists in RaceRoom. Another pro, it starts off free to play, so you can get your feet wet for free and can adjust your tier based on that. And another pro recently that I learned from George is that they now have an option to buy all content for a flat price. Before, you would have to pay a couple $100s for everything, I think. But now, you can actually just pay $100, get everything. So, great move, guys. And I think it is worth a $100 value. But let's get with some of the cons. First con is the physics fidelity isn't as high as some competitors. You're not getting the dynamic track buildup, you're not getting the dynamic flat spotting, and things like that. Another con is time of day and weather is limited, where the time of day is only between about 5 settings. JF, sorry, I gotta be honest to the community. Another con is it can be kind of hardware intensive. You kind of need a beefy computer to power everything and run well. So you can definitely take that as you wait. I'm not going to do the second race. We'll see if I can find something to join with Patrick. But yeah, so those are just my 3 major cons. I'm trying to think off the top of my head anything else. Maybe limited online participation, but ultimately it's a great option for the community. So yeah, great title, I recommend, and that's all I really have to say about it. So Patrick, let's see. There's WTCC at Laguna Seca, if you're interested in that. That has about 4 minutes left in practice, but there's almost no one there. Actually, let's just join that for the heck of it. So, Patrick, WTCC, Laguna Seca. I'm going to do the Civic. Running with GTX 650. What settings were you running and what CPU? Yeah, Peter. So RaceRoom, it does have microtransactions, like a free-to-play title. And one of the things I was set to complain about with that is the fact that there was no option to purchase everything in one go. But now, George Ortner, 60660, he tells me now they do have a function to actually purchase everything for $100. So the question is this title as a whole worth $100? And I'd say ultimately it depends on what you're looking for. There are also the starter pack and the they have the pro pack for $10 or $20, $10 or $20 and $50, and you can buy what you want, but I'd say for $100, you're getting good value. You have GT3, you have classic race cars, you have open wheel, you have hill climb, you have all this sort of stuff, and also a lot of tracks. I wish they did have more, they had more people involved, though. They need more people. But yeah, so let's see how front-wheel drive cars feel in RaceRoom. So this is another one of my local tracks. I live about 3 hours from this circuit. But yeah, you can also test drive cars before purchase, as JF mentioned. So you can test them out. Oh yeah, I might have to put the AI in a kind of con because they can be hit or miss. Because like the AI, you saw that with, I think it was when I was driving earlier, the AI was pretty good. And then with the Formula USA, which is based off the IndyCar, it was punting me big time. So yeah, I might put hit and miss AI in the con. So, as I mentioned before, no sim is perfect. But yeah, like RaceRoom is a great title, especially for the price, considering everything. Because Assetto Corsa, once you have all the DLC and everything, you're going to be paying close to $100, I think. R Factor 2, you pay $35, but content is definitely limited compared to other titles. iRacing, you're going to be spending through the nose to buy out all the content. I want to say it's close to $1,000 now if you want to buy all the cars and tracks. And then you also have to factor in the progression system, where you can't just buy the F1 cars and join an official race. You have to actually start off with the Miata, then make your way up, and you have to build up your way through each season. Yeah, JF, great seeing you, and I'm excited, and yeah, we might be able to do like an event sometime or something. Peter, I am planning on doing a Project Cars 2 review. I think before that, I am going to be doing F1 2017 though, because I just got an email from Codemasters asking me, hey, what versions would you like to review? And it's like, okay, let's take a look. Patrick, where are you? Where are you? Are you in? I don't see you. But yeah, so F1 2017 is the next major, like, new title I'm going to review. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I should be getting that, I think, in a couple weeks, though. Vios GR has entered the game. I don't think that is Patrick. Yeah, I'm hoping they don't mess up the physics and force feedback. I did drive it before with a direct drive wheel, and I liked it. I spent about 5 hours testing it out in the ideal case situation, $65,000 motion rig. It's like, okay. Yeah, the AI update for Assetto Corsa really brought it to life. I'll say that. Okay, Patrick is in. Okay, good. So, yeah, AI is good in RaceRoom. I won't say great, but it's good. It's semi-believable depending on the car and track. Hi, Olivia B. How are you today? I have been on YouTube for... I started the channel, went public around January 2015, and then I really started picking up and putting out a lot of content around October 2016, but yeah, so this is relatively new compared to competitors, but hey, we're picking up steam, we're having a lot of fun, right? So free-to-play purchase, you get the Judd Hill Climb car, which is what I drove earlier. You get the 2 hill climb tracks, you get, I think, RaceRoom Speedway, and I want to say like Portimao Raceway. And you also get, I think, a couple of the Silhouette series cars. So it's a decent teaser sampler of what you have to offer, or what RaceRoom has to offer. It's none of the content is like, oh, I gotta have it for the free content, but it's definitely a nice way to get your taste of RaceRoom. But man, that Judd hill climb car sounds incredible. So I think, yeah, it's worth testing for that alone. But yeah, so I'm guessing Patrick might beat me. He has more experience in RaceRoom, so. But I gotta say, Laguna Seca is a fun track. Can be deceptively difficult because a lot of high-speed corners. And then the elevation change. But the carousel, or not carousel, the corkscrew, such an insane elevation drop. I think there's a new WTCC in RaceRoom. This was just the one that the lobby had. Oversteer! Yeah, you only need one car, one livery to race against all vehicles in class. So that is definitely a plus. And Assetto Corsa, take note. But yeah, so. Okay, I'm behind Oinus. By the way, rest in peace, Cones. It's been nice knowing you. Yeah, own liveries would be nice. So, oh yeah, another con. You cannot add custom liveries to RaceRoom. Could not see my profile. I don't know what you mean by that, Steiner. But yeah, as mentioned, I've sort of done away with scores in my reviews because actually RaceRoom is a great example of it. Where 4 years ago, or 3-4 years ago, I would say that RaceRoom is nowhere near as good as what it is today. Now, it's so much better. It is a far greater title, but if I had reviewed it in 2015, and you were wanting to buy it in 2017, and you look at a 2015 review, you'd be like, ah, hell no. But now, it's so much better, and I can actually recommend it now. Oversteer. Wheel profile, huh? Do I recommend this wheel? If you have the money, yeah. And also, actually, let me go a little more in depth into that. If you are looking at all into console racing and are looking at a wheel that could do both, or you want to save money and don't feel you're ready for direct drive yet, I'd say Fanatic Club Sport Wheel V2.5, best bang for the buck. Or not best bang for the buck, but your best option. Like, it's so freaking smooth. It's so quick. It has the compatibility with multiple rims and things like that, and it's a great offering. Hopefully soon I will be able to compare it to a Thrustmaster, because I haven't been able to try the TSPC Racer yet, and I would love to compare it head to head and see how that goes. Granted, the Thrustmaster doesn't have as much in the way of like features, but it might be just as smooth and just as fast, so that should be something to consider. I just have not been able to drive the TSPC Racer yet. Hopefully soon, though. It's actually, the Fanatic direct drive wheel's already been essentially announced. It's still in development. They're looking for people to beta test it in the near future, like in the fall. But I think they are trying to get it out before the end of this year. So it's already been announced. You can check out, I wrote a blog post about the Fanatic direct drive wheel. So, also there's a short video about it. It's kind of out of date. I might do a follow-up. But they are going to have different models of direct drive to make it try to be more accessible for different people. So I think their system is going to be a little similar to Sim Experience's offering. So, and also I think it's going to be compatible with the PlayStation 4. Or no, it's going to be compatible with the Xbox One, most likely. It's not going to be compatible with the PlayStation, sadly. But yeah, the offering from Fanatic should be a good one. So I think after this race, I am going to call off the stream. It's definitely fun, though. I recommend RaceRoom. I'll put it that way. It's a great title. I mean, just listen to this immersion of the sound. It's not just the engine note that's great. It's the backfire that you can hear. It's going over the curbs. It's when you go over the gravel, you hear the dust getting tossed up into the undercarriage. It's that immersion factor that just is throwing you into this experience. I'm not used to driving front-wheel drive cars. Slides around a bit. Okay, so race starting in a minute. Let's return to the garage. So, doesn't tell me how long the race is going to be. Session info, 15-minute race. So it was about, I think, a minute and a half per lap. So let's take a look at the setup. We definitely don't need 12. $15. I think we're gonna be good. So we've lightened our tank, so we should be good on distance for the race, I think. If my math served me correct. Got our nose in there. I didn't want to take out Patrick. I wouldn't hear the end of it after the race. His car's more dialed in than mine, though, I think. Ooh, we took that fast. I'm using the Fanatic Club Sport Shifter Sequential. Whoa, a little slide there. Oh, they're going side by side, I think. Contact, contact. You laid on the block. Side by side for the position, and we got it. A little bit of oversteer there. Let's see if we can put some pressure on Pat. Or wait, no, that was Patrick I passed. My bad. Oh, 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 no, 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 no. Crap. I did not mean to do that. Oh, crap. I did not mean to do that. I don't know if I just got on the brakes way too late, if he got on early, or that was not good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Oinus. I didn't mean to. He might punt me. I deserve it if he punts me. I'll just put it that way. I'm bracing myself. He didn't hit me. I think he's going to try to pass me cleanly. I have tested RaceRoom on VR. It works pretty well. It is, even though RaceRoom is a DX9 title, they were able to get not DX11, but I think they render some parts through DX11 and then translate it down to DX9 or something like that. And that's how they get it working. Good hard racing, though. At least Oinus came back. Defensive line. He's going for the inside. Hard racing, guys. He's going to take it now. He's faster. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oversteer. I knew he was going to come back, guys. I couldn't let Patrick pass me. Because this is the SRP team battle. Oh, Patrick is off, actually. So it's like, if he beat me, I wouldn't hear the end of it. If I beat him, I guess I can rub it in a bit. $128. Dang, he has that car dialed. Granted, I'm not taking this first corner well. But yeah, Steinar, I do drive the, I drive a Volkswagen GTI, but driving on the road is so much different than driving on the track, especially with front-wheel drive cars. T500 Club Sport 2.5, that's actually what I've upgraded from, and I'd say it is worth the upgrade. The Club Sport Wheel V2.5 does have a brushless motor, which helps a lot. And then, just feeling that speed and fidelity, it really does work well. I'm planning on doing a video talking about the T500 because I think it still holds up pretty well, even though it is, I want to say by now it's 7 years old. So it's a 7-year-old wheel, but the T500 still holds up pretty well. But I think that the Club Sport wheel does beat out the T500. Also, I like the Fanatic rims more than Trustmaster, in my opinion. I don't know if there are titles that don't support the T500. Maybe on the PS4, because PS4 support for the T500 was limited. But on the PC, I think it's supported by most titles. And most other titles usually have a feature to add unsupported wheels. So I think it should work okay. But man, Oinus is so freaking fast. Just look at that, 2 laps and he's already like 9 seconds up. I wouldn't be surprised if this is his server and he spent like a lot of time practicing on building his setup. Patrick's closing in though. He's under 4 seconds away. We might have a race by the end of this. Doing pretty well, though, all things considered. I would gladly take second. So, looks like we're gonna have a few laps. Oh, cut. Wait, what the? Oh, it's slowdown penalty. Okay. But that brings Patrick in. Dang it. For a second, I was scared I ran out of gas or something. I was like, what? Because we're at 1 minute 30 seconds per lap. So that's 1.5. We have 10-minute race. So it's going to be about 15 laps, I think. So we have enough gas in tank, I think, for 17. So I think we're good. I don't think we're going to run out. But, oh man, Patrick's closing in. He's closing in. As I butcher the corkscrew. He's a second away. We need to start pushing. Let's see how we do. .1, 1.2 seconds back. Okay. We'll see how far back he is next time by. Little bit of oversteer through that first corner, but we gained some time on him. Okay, we're almost 2 seconds up. We're making progress. Okay, now he's 2 seconds back. Yeah, I've never had a situation where the T500 wasn't supported by a title. Oh, low fuel. Uh-oh. We are close. We're close, guys. And he's closed in the gap at 0.8 seconds. Do I have enough fuel? Yikes. 1.2 gallons remaining. Oh boy. You're seeing a race, guys. Because I think this is the final lap. I bet I can play Doom on a T500. You just remap the controls. If I can play Sonic the Hedgehog with the T500, then you can play Doom with yours. 3/10 back. 1 gallon left. Overcook it. No, 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 no. Defensive line. Come on. Come on. My tires are shot, I think. Okay, we built up a gap. He threw it in. He's going to push this final corner. It's going to come down to this. We got it. Woo! Yeah! We got second. Boom, Patrick. Oh, that was a good finish. He was closing in though. Oh, I had to defend that last half lap. Oh, hold on. Let's pull up the chat. Great race, Patrick. Okay, so, man, that was a good race. You want to do race 2, guys? Hold on, is there a chat? Okay, so let's get started. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Go! Holy mother of God! What a start from Patrick! I just had wheel spin and he just pushed. He's gonna get passed by both of us, I hope, but man, what a start from Patrick. Okay, so this is my last race. And then I'm going to wrap up the stream. But, man, this is a lot of fun, guys. And what do you guys think of this live stream review idea? Did you enjoy it? Maybe I'll try it for other titles. Okay, he's making his move for the lead. Crossover move. Some contact, I think. So let's see if we can close in on Patrick. Think we're getting some momentum on him. Little wide there, lost a bit of momentum. Little lock up going over to crest. Here, Patrick. Whoops. Robin's racing, boys. Robin's racing. I'm going to hold off a bit. I know I'm not going to race for the win, but give Patrick the opportunity to race. I'm just a little off the gas right now, allowing him to close in. Because I want this to be a good race. I don't want it to be just me punt him. Oh, I just realized this Honda has a turbocharger too. Come on, Patrick. Come on. Close in. I want it to be a fair pass. Oh boy. Side by side. And we made the pass clean this time. Gave him a little room. Oh, a little oversteer. Gave him the outside line. That did not go well. Come on, let me get him. Let me get him. Whoops. I didn't expect him to lift off there. Hold on, I need to type a quick apology. I just said, sorry, Pat, didn't expect you to lift there. Didn't want to take a position that way, but I didn't expect him to lift. Okay, no problem. He's not going to murder me this time. Okay, I'm dropping out now. Oh, that was a good race. That was good racing, though. I didn't mean to punt Pat. I just didn't expect him to lift there. Oinus, he was in a league of his own, so not much I could do there. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up this stream and just... like, bottom line, I recommend RaceRoom. Just give it a try. It's free. What do you got to lose? If you like it, there's some great content, and it's reasonably priced now compared to what it was before. So I'd say great option and a highly underrated sim. So why not give it a look? So thanks for watching, guys, and remember to stay subscribed to Sim Racing Paddock for more content. Join the forums, join the community. Give this video a like, helps keep us on track and keeps us popular with YouTube. And just have fun and let me know what you would like to see next. So for Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and you have a great rest of your day.